Now, with the session just days away, lawmakers will have a lot to put on their plates, and that includes everything from the billion-dollar budget deficit to education spending, foster care changes, and juvenile crime. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost gives us a look at some of the top issues.
When the first bell rings in the halls of the State House, lawmakers will have a long list of things to get done in the 90 days, starting with the $1.4 billion budget deficit.
But you can't keep going down the same path we're going, because our state budget is ballooning.
How will lawmakers fix it? That remains to be seen. Some, like Senator J.B. Jennings, say current programs need to be reevaluated, like a child care scholarship effort that's grown exponentially in recent years.
And with this program, again, it's a great program. I'm not saying stop it. I'm not saying defund it. I'm just saying let's look at it.
Senate Minority Leader Steve Hershey argues the budget pinch is not an easy fix.
But we're going to have to be in a position where we find a way to fix the structure and not just the symptoms.
Especially when factoring in education spending, including the blueprint.
In the out years, when the blueprint gets fully funded, we're not just looking at $1.6 billion deficit this year. We're looking at $3 billion. $3.5 billion, almost $4 billion in the next 3 or 4 years when Blueprint gets funded.
Thank you for all that are here today in support of our students.
Just this week, Governor Wes Moore announced plans to pour even more money into classrooms. His proposal calls for a $373.8 million boost to the state's education budget, going from $9,200 per pupil funding in the current budget to $11,811. While the governor is clear about one thing,
there will be no tax increases in this budget.
Republicans are quick to raise questions about where the money will come from to foot the bill, especially given the deficit already. Senate Minority Whip Justin Reedy calls the plan unsustainable, adding without a clear funding stream, the governor's plan leaves taxpayers holding the bag. But the budget isn't the only big issue for lawmakers. Finding more solutions to keep Maryland's foster care children safe is top of mind for some.
The fact is that if you don't have the data, you can't measure anything accurately. And if you can't measure anything actively, you can't impact change effectively.
Laura Edwards, chair of a work group created to ensure kids are not in unlicensed settings and find solutions to issues within the Department of Human Services, says despite a delayed start, the group is working to get ideas to Annapolis quickly.
The full report will come out in April, but we will have the brief provided for them so that we can impact legislative this session.
When it comes to juvenile justice, all eyes will be on the House and Senate Judiciary Committees. Both chairs, Senator Will Smith and Delegate Sandy Bartlett, say they will introduce legislation to change how young people are charged for certain offenses. Ending automatic charging of juveniles as adults has been a push in years past, but never succeeded.
Unfortunately, some ideas don't go away, and it's just an ongoing issue.
Howard County State's Attorney Rich Gibson says the Department of Juvenile Services is working to improve, especially under its new leader, Betsy Fox Tolentino. But Gibson says the agency is not equipped with proper resources and programming to handle more young offenders.
And when you're trying to give more resources to an entity that's struggling with their current load, that seems to defy logic, which is part of our opposition to this idea of automatic jurisdiction.
And Gibson isn't alone. Prosecutors from across the state have lined up in their opposition to the renewed push. Carroll County State's Attorney Haven Shoemaker argues changing the system could put public safety at risk.
In other words, I've always subscribed to the theory that if you commit big boy crimes, you should probably do big boy time. And lost in this whole discussion, Annapolis does this often, is what about the victims? What about the victims of juvenile crime? Is anybody eliciting input from them?
Maryland's rising energy costs, along with debates about immigration enforcement, will likely emerge during session as well. The action gets underway January 14th, and we'll be there tracking it all. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.